So I understand, the maltreatment of animals, and that's not good. I don't agree with that either. And I think that
Hmm.
industry almost kind of forced it to be like that with money and everything. But at the same time, I'm a Native American from the Blackfeet tribe, and we have this view, this spiritual lens that we look at the world through,
Hmm.
where we believe everything has a life force or a spirit. Everything in nature, that is, right? Like plants, rocks, rivers, even planets, all have a
Hmm.
spirit. So when we think about this, really what's happening is we're getting a transfer of energy from something to improve our life force. We're taking a
Hmm.
life force to make our life force thrive or exist. So in a lot of our old stories, we talk about these plants and their spirits and how they have helped us and how they continue to help us to this day, like different smudges like sweetgrass, sage, cedar, things like that. We
Hmm.
always offer a gift to their spirit and we pray for their spirit when we take them, even the plants, right? Because we understand what's happening. We're basically unaliving these things to benefit ourselves. But we try to respect that as much as we can. Like, for instance, a lot of people on my reservation, they ranch cattle, and the cattle are free ranging. Just in your land, your lease land, or if you have family land, they run free, right? And they're really taken well care of. They're protected in the winters, things like that. But when it comes time to sell them, unfortunately, they go to these places where they're not treated well. But they are treated well by a lot of the ranchers because their money, I guess, depends on it. Their way of life
Yeah,
depends on it.
exactly.
And like,
That's the problem, though. See, it's not about the animal anymore. It's about the money.
and see, the other thing too is like when we have to unalive one of the animals, the cows, we do, right there, and there's a little ceremony. We give thanks to it and everything, and then we harvest what we need from it. And
Yeah. Do you
rest,
think the animal really cares, though? If you do a
I don't
ritual
think
beforehand or not?
I don't think like the animals, not like their spirit's not like self-aware like how ours is. So I agree with you. I
You don't
don't
think they're
really
aware as the knife is cutting their throat?
no, like their spirit isn't like on the level of ours. Like, I mean, their bodies, their physical being here is not on a level with ours. They don't understand what's going on. They just understand pain, discomfort, things like that. How they're gonna survive. They have a survival mechanism just like anything else.
Right. They want to survive. They want to
Yes.
keep living.
So
Right.
when we do harvest them, it is an act of, taking their life. But at the same time,
Yeah, you're stealing their
you
life. Right.
right, at the same time, you're doing the same exact thing to a plant. You're
What do
taking
you
their life
feed the animals?
against their will. You feed them grass, natural grasses, hay. You
Are
have to
these
supplement
grasses
their diet.
sentient just as much as the plants that we
Yes,
eat? Okay.
that's what we
So
think.
would you not want to decrease your harm? Because we could just eat the plants directly.
But that's what I'm saying. The argument's the same in my view of the
So I'm
spiritual
telling
world.
you that you're unaliving those plants and the animal versus
Yes,
just the plants.
yeah. Well, what I'm saying is,
So
it's the
you're
same thing.
increasing your harm on the world when you don't have to.
You could say that, yeah. But at the same time, there are some people that are totally dependent on meats, like the people
I'm
in
talking to you
Alaska.
though. I'm talking to you. Right? I understand that there are people in different situations, but if you have access to rice, beans, vegetables, fruits, nuts, then you have an option to not take someone's life just because you want their protein or the taste pleasure.
Right? And at the same time, I'll challenge you. The only thing that we can take that's not going to harm anything is milk and honey. Those are the only things we're done
So
with
how does
things
a
of life.
cow? I would argue both of those things cause harm to the cow and the bees.
But what I'm saying is there's no life exchange there. There's no sacrifice
There
of
is
life,
though.
right?
Where's the baby cow? Where's the
So the
boy
milk,
cow?
we don't have to unalive the cow to get the milk. We don't have to do
So
that.
these cows have been bastardized. They've been Frankensteined. They've been bred so they produce more milk than they need to. So you're paying for someone who has already gone through this line of being sexually assaulted over and over again so that we get the perfect cow that overproduces milk so that you can technically feel good by maybe leaving her baby there because there's excess milk. You're still using someone when you don't need to. In fact, I'm pretty sure that Native Americans, aren't they like 99% lactose intolerant?
Yes, but what I'm saying is
Okay.
I don't
So
drink milk.
you're raising dairy cows for no
No,
reason.
we're not. We don't do that. There's no dairy cows.
Okay. You're still taking someone's life when you don't have to. If you truly didn't want to cause harm on the world, instead of saying a prayer, you'd be looking for the alternatives to create as much peace as possible. But instead, you're making an excuse to use somebody. You're enslaving someone when you don't need to.
The exact same way you're doing the plants. The exact same thing.
But
If
see,
you wanna cause less
you're
harm,
making a
you're not
disingenuous
gonna-
claim,
I'm not,
Lodge. You're
because
making yes, you are, because you're unaliving more plants than me. So
But
if you
you're
truly
being
cared about
disingenuous
plants,
while you're saying you don't
How?
want to harm anything in the world, but you're
That's not
harming
what
all
I
these
said.
plants.
I didn't say
They are
that. I
life
said,
forms, too. And there's
Lodge,
way more
plants
of
are
those
not
life forms.
sentient.
Listen,
It's okay to
no,
eat
no.
plants. If you are worried
Look at
about
the
plant
studies. They're
sentience,
actual
you
scientific
wouldn't
studies.
use animals. Lodge, this is why you're disingenuous. You don't care about the plants. You're feeding
Yes, we
more
do.
plants to the animals.
No,
Did you not
listen to me,
repeat
dude.
what I just said?
But
What did I
there
just
are
say?
less plants.
What did I just say?
You said that I'm feeding more plants to the animals so that we're doing more harm
Exactly.
totally. I understand.
Do
what
you
you're
not
saying.
agree?
Yes,
Do you
I
not agree that
there's
cows
there's some truth to that. but you
cows
gotta
eat
understand,
more
too.
than a human does? Do
Yes,
cows
but you
eat
have
more
to
than a human does?
understand, too, that-
So then why are you subjecting more of these plants through suffering when you don't have to?
You are unaliving these plants too, and you're saying, "Oh, just
Lodge,
because I
okay.
only eat
You
these
have a great
plants,
day.
then
You're
I'm
not
better than
you're
you."
not actually here to have a conversation. You're just here to talk about plant sentience, which is ridiculous. I just do not understand you. Like, it's fine that you want to reduce your harm. That's not what veganism is, though. Veganism is being against the exploitation and oppression of somebody for your benefit. And that's why I don't believe you, because you're talking about, I need to be concerned about the plants that I'm using. I need to be aware of that. But you aren't even aware of the plants you use. Do you not hear yourself? Okay.